Hello, I'm Jarvis Smith, and welcome to World Meditation Day on this beautiful winter solstice. I'm here with Sister Jenna from the Brahma Kumaris, which is a huge treat for me because when I was 17 in 1987, I remember being quite a troubled teenager living in Wembley Park in the UK and happened to be walking down the high street in Wembley and came across this rather unusual store on the high street. And it just had this kind of lots of orange and a bit of purple, if I remember rightly, and some meditation books in the window. And I was just drawn, really drawn to go in to this store and was met by two very beautiful women who were all dressed in white, and I had no idea what I was doing in there. And it turned out that this was the one of the very first places that the Brahma Kumaris opened up in the UK. And I happened to stumble upon it. And I remember being asked to sit down and stare at a poster. It was this, kind of it's very hard to describe, but it was like little kind of balls on a poster, and there was very something very significant in the middle, if I remember rightly. And I was asked just to stare at this poster and allow my mind, my thoughts to drift. And I had this very life-changing moment of feeling stillness or feeling at peace. It might have just been a moment, but it was definitely a moment that I grasped onto. And that is actually was the beginning of my meditation story and journey through this lifetime. So I'm 55 now, and I've been pretty much on that journey for a long time. But how extraordinary, Sister Jenna, for that to have happened to me at 17, and that was really the beginning of my spiritual, conscious spiritual journey. What was your introduction to Brahma Kumaris? How did you connect?
Mm, Through my parents, but how interesting. We have the same age in common when that light found us. I was going
Yes,
to try to pass my light here in the studio. I don't know how royal that looked, but this is the light.
yes,
Remember?
yes. I
Mm.
do. I do indeed.
I've been fascinating about this more lately because I've been doing a lot of near-death experience studies, and I've been very moved how every single person saw that light.
Yeah.
And I was remembering at my age of 17 when my parents came, and I remembered, I don't know what happened. I don't know how they changed, but I could see an aura. There was light around them before there wasn't that light. They were just my mom and dad. But then after they came to the Brahma Kumaris and they started to do meditation, I saw with my own eye an aura of light around my mom, an aura of light around my dad. And I said, "Boy, I would love that.
Mm,
Boy, I would love that."
mm,
That was my first
amazing.
encounter.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
beautiful. And it's
I think like you too, the two tiny ladies, one is Sister Jayanti, who is now the additional head of the Brahma Kumaris, and Daddy Janki, who was the
yes,
head of the Brahma Kumaris, but
yes,
also one of the original founders of the Brahma
yes.
Kumaris.
Yeah,
So
and it was such a treat for me. I
how
tell you what I
powerful
do
it
remember about them. Sorry, Sister Jen. There was a
I
slight
was
gap.
just
So
saying, how powerful are you? I mean, it's like, to me, it's like saying I walked with the Buddha, I walked with the Jesus, and you're like, yeah, I was just passing by at 17 and I saw these two little ladies, and I was like, who are you?
and I remember distinctly because they both had these amazing eyebrows, and I've got quite strong eyebrows as well, and I do remember vividly. And when I've seen pictures of them since, it absolutely was definitely those two. So I was very very guided and gifted, and in badly need of something because at 17 in the world that I was living in at the time, it gave me the insight to a whole new way of living, which I uphold to this day. So Yeah, very, very beautiful. And now, having met you, some years later, just a few years later, it feels like there's this reunion of that very, very special time for me. So, should
I
we have a?
remembered. No, I was just going to say, I remember that silence that you talked about it too. You had mentioned that, Jarvis.
Yes,
Remember, it was an entry, or it was an awakening, or it was like the yoke got broken and you didn't know there was another life in you.
yes,
Um,
yes.
and I think for both of us, we share that too. 17 years old, experiencing Daddy Janky, Sister Genty, experiencing God's light. I don't know, you haven't been to Mount Abu, where the headquarters of the Brahma Kumaris is located, but my first experience, I was about 24. And I'll tell you, from nightclubs, drinking, party, dating, to a mountaintop to meet God was like, what is going on here? And I tell you, I sat in that hall at that time with over 2,000 people, and my internal world was shaking because my subconscious revealed to my conscious awareness all the things I did that were against my truth and divinity.
Mm,
And as I sat there, I kept feeling I'm not worthy to have this experience of God. And as I was getting up from that floor, the energy of divine came into the room, Jarvis, and it was like I say the same story over and over again because it
mm.
changed me forever.
Yeah, yeah, I can absolutely relate to that. I remember the second time I had a very, very profound meditative state. And, I just dropped in as I would, every day just to have that system reset. And then 3.5 hours later, which felt like just a few minutes to me, I came out and I was like, whoa, what happened to that time? And that made me realize that there is just as much amazingness of the world within as there is without. And it stopped my addiction to being addicted to just everything that happens on the outside, and actually gave me a balancing opportunity to experience that which is within as well. And I practice every day, every single day. And I still have a picture that you gave me, which is a full cycle, quite recently, in my meditation space.
Good, I'm glad about that. Should we try to do a little silence together?
Yes, please. That would
And
be
hopefully
lovely.
our audience will just join us. Just imagine the question, what if you just broke your attachments to all your labels? What would you feel? You know, I've often wished if we could have a global policy where countries would declare a few moments of pause, a few moments of silence, a few moments of peace for their nation and their people. And it's my pure wish that this program will somehow land into the heart of the right person who will try to initiate something like this, which will be harmless and could actually help your country thrive and your citizens thrive. You know?
Yeah, I do. I do. And it's so badly needed with all of the noise that's happening in the outside world. Nearly everybody I know now that is practicing some form of meditation or stillness or mindfulness um, just seems to have a more open heart and more time for the busyness of what's going on in the world, so that they can not get caught up in it, but able to respond from a different place, from a place of awareness. And that I think is a very powerful tool in this modern days and times that we live in.
Absolutely. And one of the myths that I've tried to initiate globally with all my travels is this idea that when you meditate, you're supposed to empty your mind. I find that impossible to do. But I find that, and I think that's what steers people away from meditation because it feels painful
Yeah.
to actually say that the life that you're living is not worthy of you to serve. And so in our Brahma Kumaris tradition, we don't invite you to empty your mind, but we do invite you to replace certain thoughts with thoughts that are not useful for you anymore. You
Mm,
can't keep walking around addicted and attached to your gender, your name, your religion, your role, your titles, your language, your country. That is robbing the spirit of its power.
mm,
And I think if we try to practice to detach from the attachments to those labels, we might get an opportunity to experience our real selves again, the one that we've lost because of all the noise and the addiction, I like that word, of the external world. And as I sit here with you, Jarvis, for this wonderful program and honored to be an OM ambassador, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot more empathy, or it's not sadness, but it's a deep need for people to begin to serve their interior world more, but with the way that they think, how they see themselves and each other. And I sometimes wish I just want to break out and stand on the mountaintop and yell it so everybody can hear. But I've been doing that for over 30 something years, and it's not landing fully.
mm.
We're so caught up with so much other information, we can't hear the truth when we actually get it. But I guarantee you, if I were to speak something that was deceitful and manipulating, people would hop on it in a second because that's just
Yeah.
where a lot of us have been. And so I'm just hoping that this program will somehow awaken a global shift in the way leaders look into the way they want to take care of their people, even if it's to declare moments of pause in a day in the nations.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
And maybe this is the time, as the
yeah,
world gets more chaotic, as it gets more crazy, people will begin to reflect
yeah,
in another way. Maybe that was all part of the journey for us.
yeah, yeah. I remember speaking to Panache Desai a few years ago, and we were just accepting, nothing is happening bad anymore. It's just energy trying to find its way back into order.
Yeah.
But because we're so attached to our labels, we compare all these issues. We're losing, we're crying, we're laughing. One has more than the other. It's just energy processing. But where is my energy? What's my energy saying? What do I need?
Mm.
And just power, peace, integrity, wisdom, abundance, health, beauty, truth. And they're not outside of me, they're inside.
They are. They are.
And that's why meditation is so important.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's like a system reset every day
Uh,
where I wake up and I start from nothingness rather than everything that I took from the day before. It's like a having a breath, but with a full body experience, you know?
yeah,
And
I get it.
that definitely keeps me less stressed, more loving, more smiley and happy. And isn't that amazing to be able to feel like that for your loved ones and family and friends and everybody you come into relationship with on the outside of you? For them to meet this happy person rather than this grumpy one.
Oh, I know. I've had my grumpy days and they're still around me. But but it's that, what makes individuals who are practicing meditation, I don't want to say a little different than others, but I feel that individuals that practice meditation, they're more discerning about their strengths and their weaknesses.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, they tend to be a lot more responsible in the energy that they bring into a space.
Hmm.
And I think that's a huge thing.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
huge knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's something so powerful in that, isn't there? That also it's very much about the thoughts as well. It just reminded me that we can choose to have a thought or not. Like when that thought comes, we can choose to follow through with it, or actually say, no, I don't want that thought. That's like I don't want to entertain that, and just allow the space for something else. And it's exactly the same with energy. We can choose how our energy is. We have the power. We can take responsibility, and that's definitely the gift and the key that has opened this doorway for me. So thank you, Sister Jenna. It's such a joy to be opening this whole show with you, and as the first person I speak to. And I'm going to be speaking to lots of other people today, lots of ambassadors, who are going to bring different strengths and different ways of how meditation has influenced their lives. So thank you.
Any blessings. Take care, everyone.
So I'm here with Michelle Narciso, who is the co-founder of ARM. Welcome, Michelle. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. As you know, everybody that's watching, we've had, or we will be having, ambassadors in this section. And ambassadors were curated really by Michelle and Maria, who are the two co-founders of OM, and that's OMMM, just so you know. Michelle, just tell us a little bit about OM. What's it all about?
I like to talk about OM as an invitation to remember who you are, and in that remembering, um, act from that place, right? And in that place of interconnectedness of everything, mind, body, and spirit, to us with one another, and to us with the planet. And so we do this through a network of ambassadors, of which you'll be meeting several today. We're really lucky to have them as part of the family. And and in practice, it looks like large scale events, either in Times Square or in the Amazon, or an award show in the UK that has been founded by you. It looks like retreats. It looks like one-to-one sessions. It looks like people meditating together. It's really just any way that we can get people to connect.
Yeah, beautiful. I think you've described it so wonderfully, and I have to say, I remember the first time I met you, and then, you were very kindly later after that you invited me to become an ambassador. But I remember the first time I met you, you had this. I mean, firstly, just such a beautiful, open, happy heart, like a really kind of loving heart. Um, but what I really noticed about you was your ability of stillness. Like there's just this kind of really, it's very hard to describe, but very few people do I meet that have that essence and quality of absolute peace and stillness within them, which you do. Now, today's World Meditation Day, right? And that's what these recordings are all about. Has that is meditation a thing in your life? And if it is it that's created this kind of peaceful, loving person that you are? Tell me.
Firstly, thank you. Gosh, that was that was really nice introduction. I would say yes. Meditation definitely sits at the core of Om and is a big part of the way that I am today. But I didn't find it until much later in life, probably within the last 4 to 5 years. Um, it's actually my husband that found it first. He started looking into transcendental meditation because he had been listening to a number of podcasts about people who were elevating in life and just expanding. And one of the things that they all had in common was meditation. And so when I saw him doing it, I thought I would give it a try. And I have to be honest, initially, I had a really tough time because I didn't have someone that could really explain to me, what is meditation? other than, to just sit there for an extended period of time quietly. And, I live in New York City, and for the most part, everything is go, go, go. You have to make the most of every single moment. And so I spent my 20 minutes of meditating sitting there thinking, am I meditating yet? Am I meditating yet? How about now? Am I
Yeah.
meditating yet? Oh no, there's a thought that's coming. Oh no, do I start my 20 minutes over again? Um, but what I realize is that the key is that meditation is about finding the ability to meditate in the moment, at every moment, realize, being present so that you can make the best decisions you can, because you can see every sort of potentiality and every outcome. And so, yeah, meditation is a really big thing. And the other thing too that I think is important with meditation is, I think with everything that we have going on in the world, I always say that we can't have outer transformation without inner transformation. We can't have outer peace without inner peace. And the path to that is really building up to a self-awareness. And how do you have that self-awareness? Well, you have to observe yourself. And a big part of that is watching your thoughts. And I think that that's the key to meditation, is to really find the space to sit there and pay attention to yourself and pay attention to how you think. And what are the thoughts? What are you living? What are you letting live rent free in your head? Are those the things that you want to focus on? Are those the things that fill you up? Are those the things that you have control of or not? And I think the more and more you practice that, the more and more you lean into the silence. So the silence, I think, is a hard thing, is the initial goal. But to be able to really just pay attention to yourself and give yourself, it's kind of a treat after a while, to know this is not serving me. I'm not going to think about that anymore. And as you get more and more practice, it helps you to find the stillness.
Yeah, beautifully put, beautifully put. And I have to say, Michelle, you are, out of everybody that I know, you you bring meditation into your life as it's like having a glass of water or a cup of tea, right? You've really embraced it, and you've, considering you said you haven't been meditating that long, I've been at it since I was in my early 20s, but very few people do I know actually treat meditation as a very important aspect of their beingness, and you absolutely do that. Tell me, how often do you meditate, and what does it do for you? What are the qualities that you notice about yourself that shift?
I think when you're first starting out with meditation, it's important to create some structure so that you can be intentional about it. But I'm at this point now where, I have two kids. I have a lot that's going on. I do my best to find the time to meditate, and sometimes it just doesn't happen at a scheduled time. But I try not to beat myself up over it. But I try to find whatever few minutes I can at any point in time, when I'm waiting for the elevator, when I'm brushing my teeth. I love to meditate before I go to bed. I disappear, and then I, I disappear actually before I sleep. Um, I think the key is that we learn how to meditate in the moment, at every single moment. Before, like I was saying before, you want to get back to the real still point of potentiality, where before any decisions happen, before there's any outcomes, for you to be still enough to see all the different things that can happen, and make the best choice. And so when I feel that I'm doing that successfully, um, and I have the self awareness, and I focus on making the best choice at every moment, then I find I live a more peaceful and happy life because of that. So, and there's something really beautiful about having a quiet mind, when, and it's not always possible when there's a lot that's going on. But I think, again, if for people that are just starting out, when you start to pay attention to your thoughts, you'll see that there's a lot that's going on there that doesn't serve you, whether it's you worrying about things that have already happened in the past and ruminating, which doesn't help the situation, or whether you become so obsessed with the future, good or bad. But what that means is you're not present in this moment. And that's really what it's all about. It's all that exists is now, right? So it's like, how do you be so present in the now? And it's a gift to yourself, and it's also a gift to whoever you're with, to be able to have that presence. And I think it's contagious because it feels really great to be completely present with one another.
I love that. I love that. And I feel so honored and gifted to know you and to have you in my life and for me to be in yours. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I know everybody listening will be touched by what you've said. It reminds me a little bit, you remind me, not it, but you remind me of my yoga teacher who was also a shaman and a meditator. And she always used to say to me, Jarvis, you need to learn how to meditate in the marketplace. You need to learn how to be a yogi on the high street. You need to be a shaman in the supermarket. You've lived in caves. You've done that in other lifetimes. This is the one where you bring it into the mainstream. And exactly what you've just said is waiting for a lift, brushing your teeth. It's that's the magic, isn't it? Is being in the now. Maybe that's why they call it a present, because it's a gift to ourselves.
Totally. Well, I mean, it's one of the things, for Peace Day and also for Earth Day, we always bring meditation into everything we do. And we do it in the middle of Times Square, which is perhaps one of the most chaotic places in the world, with big transformers and gorillas and Mickey Mouses and Minnie Mouses and you name it. There's all kind of things going on, fire trucks, police officers, smoke coming out of the ground, and it's all happening. And everyone says, well, why do you pick there to meditate? And I said, because that's where you need to.
Yeah.
If you, it's beautiful to be able to meditate when you're in a beautiful, peaceful place. And there's something that's really wonderful about that. But the power of meditation is when everything is chaotic, and it's finding the stillness within, so that that emanates, and then you can create this field of stillness for yourself and for others, and it's contagious for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Thank you so much, Michelle. It's been absolutely wonderful having you with us. I'm really excited for everybody to meet the rest of the ambassadors that are going to be on. We're going to play a trailer of one of the events that we did recently, that you curated through OM, and we were all a part of. It's the world's first concert for nature, so we'll be playing that in a little while. But Michelle, thank you so much for joining us. Any last words before we part ways?
Meditate. It's good for you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Hello everyone, my name is Rachel Singh, and I invite you for a practice of singing together. We are going to invoke the energy of Shiva for World Meditation Day. Shiva allows us to clear the clutter from our minds so we can make space within. Om Namah Shivaya is also translated as bowing down or invoking the name of Shiva, or also bowing down to our eternal self. In case you want to send this energy to any loved one or any part of the world, you're welcome to do that. And for now, I invite you to take this moment to sit back, relax, and allow the sounds to enter you. Together with your breath, expanding the breath deep and wide, expanding the lower diaphragm as you're breathing in, exhaling out through the mouth. If it resonates with you, you can close your eyes. And you can bring awareness in between the eyebrows. allowing with this mantra also the third eye to open, which is our connection to our deeper intuition and hearing the voice of our higher self. So I'll begin singing, and whenever you're ready, just join in. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Shiva, 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 Shivaya. Shivaya Namah. Take a deep breath. Allow for a small meditation. Namaste.
Lama Tashi, welcome and thank you for joining us on World Meditation Day. How are you?
Very good, Jarish. Lovely to see you again.
Lovely to see you too. Tell me, Lama Tashi, How important has meditation been in your life, and how important is it to the Buddhist philosophy?
Yes, my life, every Tibetan, when they have studied the Tibetan Buddhism, and we had to be in that state of mind, and that is like it has helped our life all the way, starting from being a refugee to now what I am. I think it is all helped by the state of mind that we are trained as a Tibetan children, Tibetan monk, Tibetan nun. So the main purpose of the meditation to be in that state of mind in your whole life, in balance, and to really be in the state, like be not too excited when it's a great news, and not to get depressed when it goes completely wrong. So be in the neutral state of mind, so that everything is impermanence. So even if you like the good things, they don't stay. Even if you don't like the bad things, still don't stay. So that way we can be happy whole life and then move on. So that is very, very much that we have learned.
That's very beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing that, because we know how important meditation is in the whole spiritual movement of Buddhism. Lama Tashi, would you share with us a mantra for everybody, so that they can join you in this mantra on World Meditation Day, please?
Yes. One of our important or uh, especially the Tibetan mantra Om Mani Padme Hum is a mantra of compassion. That is the bodhisattva. That is under the Buddhas, during Buddha's lifetime, there were different bodhisattvas, a level that next to Buddha, these are the Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, these are the princely Buddhas, and they have created these mantras to help all sentient beings. Reciting this mantra can generate compassion, enormous compassion, seed of compassion, and then help and heal oneself and all the sentient beings. So that mantra I would like to recite and then sing it, which I perform around the world. And right now I'm in Miami Art Basel in this big Art With Me festival. So I'm going to perform these for hundreds and hundreds of people here. So that mantra is means the meaning of the mantra is explained by different Tibetan lamas and different masters. It says jewel in the lotus. Uh, for what I've understood myself is Om is like our body, speech, and the mind, like the Buddha's body, speech, and the mind. And Mani Padme Hum is like we are the most, you yourself is so seriously existing in this world for the enlightenment. So there's no time to make jokes and things in our life. So because this life is the one that counts, and for that we have to take it very serious. So I will recite this. Oh, Mani Padme. Oh, Mani. Oh, Mani Padme. Oh, Mani Padme. Oh, oh, Mani Padme. Oh, Mani Padme. Oh, Mani Padme. Oh, Mani Padme. Oh, is the and at the end, the prayers Gege Sosol Hagyalo means may the goodness be the victorious as we face due to our past accumulated karmas. we have always obstacles. So for that, may our goodness and the path to enlightenment that we choose may be the victorious. That's the prayer at the end. Thank you very much, Jarvis.
Thank you.
We came to the Amazon with a simple intention: to offer love back to the planet that gives us life. A concert to nature, because when we show gratitude to the earth, she responds. This is Love Your Mother. To understand how to do this with sincerity, we learn from those who have never forgotten. Indigenous leaders from the Amazon and the Andes, wisdom keepers who live in continuous relationship with nature, guided us through 4 days of elemental ceremony. Air, water, fire, earth, not as ceremonies to watch, but as ways of remembering that nature is alive and listening. And we offered music, vibration, frequency, devotion, a universal language of appreciation. Because music isn't just sound, it's emotion, it's intention. It's how we say to the planet, we feel you, we honor you, we are here. Scientists captured subtle shifts in nature's resonance during moments of song, coherence, and prayer. Early signs reflecting what we already feel in our hearts. The earth responds to love. And sometimes she responds visibly. After days of stillness, the river rose overnight, meeting our voices with her own. Wisdom, ceremony, science, and intention culminated in a concert for nature. Artists from Bolivia and around the world, not performing for applause, not singing to entertain, but offering their voices to the forests, to the river, to the sky. Nature was the co-creator, the star. More than a concert, Love Your Mother is a ceremony of gratitude, where music becomes devotion and the earth listens. Because when we show up with love, nature responds in energy, in movement, in resonance, and in the quiet, undeniable knowing that we are part of her and she is part of us. This is how we heal the world and how we heal ourselves.
What you've just seen is one of many events that Om is involved in. This particular concert was the world's first concert for nature, where artists came and offered gratitude and appreciation and sung to nature. It was truly resonant with me because my training was with a female shaman for 15 years in the UK. I learned, listening to nature, listening and getting to know the plant medicines, yoga, sacred sound, working with energy, lots of mysticism. But the true gift that I got from that training and have been practicing now for 30 years is the art of listening, is the art of listening to those subtle vibrations and frequencies that are available to us at all times when we are prepared to be still and drop back into the natural rhythm. I do believe that nature is the key for us to realign with the natural rhythm of what we intended in this lifetime. And if we can collectively do that, I do believe that this thing we're calling a climate crisis is actually the greatest opportunity that humanity's had to come back together. I'd like to offer you a meditation that I was given by my teacher. If you'd like to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, and just allow yourself to reconnect with your inner being, to just quietly disconnect from the outside world and become truly into relationship with your inner world, with yourself within. Allow the eyeballs just to roll forwards and just gently soften so there's no busyness in the mind. And then take your awareness to the back of the heart, to the back of the heart center, and allow the back of the heart to open up. Allow yourself to receive the guidance, the wisdom, the intelligence, the vibrational shifts and frequencies that are happening to us right now. Allow yourself to be open to those. The reason why we open the back of the heart is because we are actually committing to experiencing that which we have yet to experience. Everything that we haven't yet experienced up until this moment. And allow yourself to breathe in that invitation from behind you, from behind us. Feel yourself being replenished, rejuvenated, reawakened, reimagined. And allow that energy to pour into you and fill every part of your being, every cell, every space in the bones. Feel that energy pouring in and flowing to every part of your being, and eventually flowing out through the pores, out through the crown, out through the palms, out through the soles of the feet. So you're breathing in and allowing yourself to receive, and then allowing that energy to flow through you. Once you get to that point where the energy is flowing through you and it's now going back into the world, being offered back to everything around you, just very gently connect with gratitude and appreciation, and offer that gratitude and appreciation as part of you being a vehicle for transformation for yourself and for others. Keep allowing that energy to pour into the back of the heart. Feel yourself filling up, bursting with this newness. And we ask and invite this energy to awaken all the dormant abilities and cells within us, to reawaken the sacred, the divine, that consciousness that will help us to elevate ourselves and humanity and all beings on this earth into the new paradigm, into the new way of being. We are today at transformational times. If we are willing to allow ourselves to let go of the past, honoring the past, and allowing ourselves to be part of the co-creation of this future world that we are co-creating right now. Take a few more deep breaths. Engage, allow, become big, become huge. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back to this world. Thank you and namaste. You're now going to meet Joe, the youngest ambassador, and I hope you enjoy him as much as we do. Thank you. Hi, I'm here with Joe Rajapaksha. He is our youngest ambassador. Joe, thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Jarvis. It's been a while since we last saw. Wasn't it like the P Awards?
Yes. Congratulations on winning a People
Thank you.
Environment Achievement
It
Awards.
was really fun that day.
I'm really glad you came. You came. It was wonderful. And yes, I haven't seen you since then. It's been way too long.
Yeah, way too long. It's good to see you today.
Thank you very much, and you. So this is all about World Meditation Day, which is today, and I wanted to ask you, Joe. A little birdie told me that you are a practicing meditator in the Buddhist meditation. Is that right?
Yes, that is right.
And how did you get into meditation?
Well, so when I go to my temple, I there is always a time where I get to meditate. I take quite a few minutes to just calm down, reflect, especially on my birthday. On that birthday weekend sort of thing, I go to the temple and I think about that year, and then I look forward to the year that's gonna come.
That's amazing. So you kind of you plan a year ahead with your meditations. I love it. And what do you feel that meditation what does it do for you? How does it make you feel?
Okay, so I'm a climate campaigner and author. So meditation might not sound like something that really works with me or is really relevant, but it really is for me, because my life can get really busy with school and my climate campaign. It can all get a bit too much at times. So in the morning, what I do is I meditate, and it just calms me down, especially with with things going on, especially on a day with my calendar stacked up with events. It's much easier if I just reflect about how I'm feeling at that moment, and then just calm down, plan that future bit, have a little moment to myself. That's basically what it does for me. But it might not sound like much, but it's really useful.
No, it does, and I absolutely relate to that. Being a climate activist myself, I know how important it is for us to have a system reset. If all the children meditated in the world, what kind of an impact do you think it would have on children, and why would you recommend that they started to meditate?
Okay, so there are two main things that I would say to answer this question. It, like I said, there's the reflection thing, and that promotes a healthy and a calm life, and that can be very important in a life with lots of stress, because children can go through a lot at times, and also with addictions, because especially now in this time, not for me, but if you're slightly older than me, there's vaping, there's gaming, there's social media, there's so many things, addictions that just aren't good for the mind. Meditation really does help you calm down and move away from those unhealthy things, and just like I always say, calm yourself down.
Absolutely brilliant, Joe. Absolute magical words of wisdom on this wonderful meditation day. Thank you. I understand that you've written something that you'd like to read out specifically for this day.
Yeah, so this is my meditation routine that I'd like to read to you.
Great.
Take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. Air that has traveled through forests, oceans, and winds. This breath connects you to every living thing. Today we pause to remember something sacred. We do not live on Earth, we live with the Earth. Every leaf, every river, every cloud, every grain of soil is part of the same great body that sustains us. And just as our bodies suffer when neglected, the Earth cries out when we forget our responsibility. Listen for a moment to that quiet cry. The melting snow caps, the drying rivers, the forest thinning, the air growing heavy. These are not distant problems. These are messages. Gentle at first, then urgent, reminding us that balance has been broken. But meditation teaches that awareness is the first step to healing. So let us be aware. Aware of the water we use, aware of the waste we create, aware of the choices we make every single day. Choices that can wound or restore. And as we exhale, let us release the old belief that the earth is ours to conquer. Instead, inhale a new truth. We are guardians, not owners, champions, not conquerors, caretakers, not consumers. Close your eyes. Imagine the earth not as a resource, but as a relative. An elder whose wisdom runs deep. A child whose future is fragile. Feel gratitude for the soil beneath your feet, for the sun that warms your skin, for the trees that gift you oxygen, for the oceans that cradle life. Let that gratitude awaken responsibility. May our actions be seeds of healing. May our choices be gestures of respect. May our presence on this planet be a blessing, not a burden. Together, with mindful hearts and open hands, we can restore what has been broken. Breathe in hope, breathe out compassion. Breathe in commitment, breathe out care. And may this meditation not end here, but continue with every step you take upon this earth. May peace flow through you, and may peace flow through the world you help protect. Thank you.
Wow. Joe, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you very, very much. You are an absolute superstar. I will make sure that we get everybody to reach out to you when they're looking to buy some new books to educate themselves about the climate change. Thank you for joining us, Joe.
Thank you so much for having me here, Jarvis.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, it's been a pleasure.